What is up, guys? It is your boy, Thunder to the Strike, back again with another war recap. And this time we have Schlitzes versus Kronos. And this was a pre NDL matchup, so very exciting stuff. If you didn't know before, Schlitzes will be participating in the NDL, the No Dip League Pro Division. Season 1. Very exciting indeed. And yeah, Kronos is also going to be participating in that No Dip League. If you didn't know what the No Dip League is, the name pretty much is self-explanatory. Just every Town Hall level is even. So Town Hall 9 needs to hit Town Hall 9, of course, but that's pretty much the meta. But Town Hall 10 has to hit Town Hall 10, and Town Hall 11 has to hit Town Hall 11. I think there's no rules regarding Town Hall 10s hitting up Town Hall 11s for 2 stars or Town Hall 9 scouting Town Hall 10s, but yeah, that's just, I guess, rewarding. If Town Hall 9s do well, you have more scouts and etc. So, yeah, No Dip League, I definitely do encourage that idea of the game, because I think that's what Clash of Clans actually needs to be, that every Town Hall level has to hit their own Town Hall level. I think 10v11 of course is a nice aspect of the game and also includes and needs skill, but I think 10v10 and 11v11 is just fun to watch. And yeah, I think that's also the motivation from the founders of the NDL. So, yeah, you see the outcome, 106 to 106, Kronos edging us out on percentage. But then again, Schlitzes had 4 attacks less than Kronos because Big Man. So let's not dig deeper than we have to, and let's jump straight to the replays. So this time we're not going to be starting with the top. We're just going to start from the bottom just for fun. Just mixing it up a little bit. And Troublemaker is coming in on number 25 with a very interesting attack indeed. He's bringing 4 dragons to kill the CC and the Queen. I'm not sure if this was a Lava Hound CC. This was obviously a Lava Hound CC, but I don't know if it was a cleanup attack. If it was, I don't think it mattered much, because if he had a real CC like a baby dragon and stuff, and Hound is of course a real CC too, but if it weren't a Hound and something that could actually damage the dragons, he had 2 poisons and 4 dragons, I don't think anything would scratch those dragons. And as you can see, sweepers aren't really pointing towards that direction of his entry point. And also there's no air defenses in sight of the Queen pocket, so he brings his heroes to take out a Tesla farm. So I think that indicates a cleanup attack, but anyway, very nicely done. And he's just bringing 25 hogs with CC hogs, so that was 31 hogs. Just a ton of hogs, despite bringing 4 dragons to kill the Queen. And he does it very nicely. 4 heals, obviously, because he did just use a poison for the Queen kill. And 4 heals is just plenty to take out the rest of the base. So you can see there's even a Troll Tesla down below. I think his top hogs are going to sizzle out and die, but he does have enough hogs left up from 6 o'clock, which are going to be running up, yes, to the Archer Tower. And he just wanted to swag a little bit. Swag the heal and the poison, of course. Nicely done by Troublemaker, swagging nicely on the CC. No disrespect though, GG. So next up is Jax on Darth Revan. This of course isn't the Darth Revan we know. I think that's an account he sold a long time ago, so this hasn't been used by him for a longer time. But Jax is coming in with what he likes to call the Jaxinator or the Jax attack. Not quite sure. But that's pretty much a stoned Gobo entry with backend loons and baby dragons. Loons just to soak up any air mines and just pick off defenses while the baby dragons are tanking. A very nice concept because you often see lopsided air defenses like this, and he just creates a very nice funnel. Of course, Jax being a predominant stoned hobo attacker, he knows how to funnel very well, and he knows how bowlers path and whatever, which is not that tricky, but still, definitely an advantage that he brings with him. And just a very nice attack, just so neat that everything goes to plan. And the entire horde is carved out, and as you can see, doesn't really need the baby dragons, so very nice value from his kill squad. And he just brings a few loons, a few baby dragons to just speed up the cleanup process, I guess. Ends up dropping 3 of his baby dragons, which are still living. Never mind, one just died. Rest in peace. And yeah, not even all of his loons. Still has a haste. And he's gonna be swagging 4 baby dragons and 2 loons. Unfortunately, I did speed up here. Yeah, there goes the swag. Very nice swag though. I'm sorry, Jax. Skipped through the swag, but we did see it. Very nice swag. On to the 10v10s. We've got Omar on PWC Flawless coming in with a 10v10 6-pack. So very nice by Omar. But I'm just gonna show one of his raids because they were very similar and we have a ton of stuff to show. And I don't want to stretch out this recap for no reason, so. Here goes one of his 2 10v10s. Both were Suicide Hero Scully Spell Lalo. No, the first one actually he got the queen, but that's not that important because you don't really see it. But I recorded the raid just for background raids if I do put up a more of a boring video. So he comes in with 2 hastes for the beginning. The hounds just path through the entire base and just soak up every trap, so as long as the loons stay up, they can wreck everything. And skull spells, of course, were on point. They're gonna kill the queen and probably the king as well. Or actually, no. I think he was too early on his Scully spells while the bomb tower was still up, and the queen actually stays alive for the entire raid. The loons just have to backtrack and kill her at the end. So yeah, he just easily goes through the base. He had a backhand freeze for the second Inferno and also flanked the Inferno with additional loons. I'm sorry, I kind of skipped that, but I hope you did catch that. If not, just rewind. And yeah, just has a ton of loons up, and the queen eventually dies due to the minions and the loons. So nicely done by Omar. Just very nice Lalo skills. And this episode, or this war recap, is a little bit of a Tunnel 10 and Tunnel 11 bitch special. Especially this 2 healer bitch strategy, which we're gonna see another one of it. And VR or Jamin or Zin is a lot of names. He also 10v10 6-packed with the same strategy, so both of our 6-packs were pretty similar to their previous raid. And VR or Zin, I'm just gonna call him Zin. Zin is coming in with a 2 healer bitch. As you can see, we've seen this before by Ross or Ares or Grundy. And you see here that on the left side there's wizard towers on the outside, so he wants to keep up his bitch side. I don't even know what it's called. I don't bitch often. But yeah, on the sides you have boulders and witches going around the outside. And because there's outside wizard towers, just to prevent that, he brings healers. And it kind of involves a little bit of luck that the healers actually stay on the boulders and the witches, because healers tend to be retarded. So you see quite a lot of bamboozle with these raids, which we're gonna see afterwards. But there's a little twist to that. Tim is gonna be showing us why healers are so good. anyways, even though they sometimes tend to be retard. And he's wrapping up this raid very nicely with just a ton of troops. Look at that. It's at least 7 bowlers, 2 witches at least. The healers and the queen still up. So very nicely done by Zin. And here comes Tim. Tim the boy. Tim the champ. Bringing the same attack. And yeah, here you see the healers kind of switching to the skeletons, I think. And the bowlers actually die, so we're gonna see that. Also here, sidewards wizard towers outside, just to prevent that bitch, but it kind of works out here. So actually here the Inferno streams also play a little bit of a role, but I think the 2 expos and an additional archer tower on the bowlers and witches, it's just too much for the bowlers. But as you can see, the healers switch back to the middle, and they're gonna be doing a ton of work, healing the bowlers up. Just additional healing next to the heal spell he brings. He actually deployed all of his spells already. As you can see on the right side, there's still a bunch of bowlers and witches up. Queen still stuck on a hound, just popped the hound and getting the pups. And she's gonna be sniping the Inferno Tower very nicely. So yeah, the healers died due to black bombs, but they did what they had to do. That was healing up bowlers, healing up the queen. And the queen right here gets the last splash defense, and with that many witches and bowlers and skeletons up, this base is toast. There's no way this double cannon can do anything against that many troops. It's actually going to be quite intense here. You're going to be seeing a few single bombs, which were already triggered, so the healers, the witches are actually low health, as you can see here. Oh, there's actually a mortar too, so I didn't see that. I'm sorry. So witches are so low on health, but they barely survive, so clutch stuff by Tim. And yeah, just too many skeletons for this double cannon. The double cannon not really holding up at all, so that's done by Tim, getting his first 10v10 on this channel. So next up is the Town Hall 11 versus 11 stuff. Shout out to Kronos for their anti 3-star bases. They were difficult to Lalo. We tried Lalo, I think, a couple times, but they all failed. And again, here Zin, as I talked about before. This is Zin, or VR, this weird ass name. We saw before, his 10v10 6-packer. Coming in with an 11v11, very nice. And I don't think I mentioned that before, but Kronos and Schlitzes both had the same amount of 10v10s and 11v11s, and that's why it came down to dips, to percentage, of course, no dips. And he's coming in, so they predominantly tried to defend against Lalo, but I don't think they considered us pitching their bases, and just a pretty simple triple jump bitch attack here. Doesn't bring healers on the sides, but at Town 11 I've never seen that before, so maybe we'll see that. But for now, this is just a normal bitch. Both of the Town 11 v11 triples were bitch. I think, yeah, pretty similar style. You're gonna see afterwards. And yeah, I don't know how to explain that. It's pretty straightforward attack, but you have to be on point with spells. Here's Zin actually almost missing the second jump, but close enough. And yeah, very nicely done by Zin, getting a 10v10 6-pack and also a 11v11 triple, so that's very nice. Wrapping up the raid, and the last raid we're going to show is Ross on his account Andy. It's Town 11, and he's bringing the same thing. Actually brings only one golem, but giants to tank on the sides to create his initial. No, he does bring 2 golems. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. And yeah, this is just standard stuff. Triple jump, into... No, this is actually a double jump. What the hell? So, he brings only 2 jumps, as you can see. And just brings 3 rages then. Pound 11, of course, with 6 spells. So he brings 3 rages, a heal, and 2 jumps. Bowlers here are just gonna have to punch through. Or I guess the queen is gonna snipe the Inferno. And yeah, yet again, he does have enough troops going around the outside to reinforce the middle push and just keep the middle push in the middle. Of course. And he's gonna end up not having to use his queen ability, which you're gonna be seeing soon. I remember this raid actually. I remember, yes. Hell yeah. It's been a rough week, not gonna lie. Lots of reading for the second set of finals. Pretty sure you don't care at all. But yeah, Andy, or Ross, ending up with his queen ability swagged, and this is it for this recap. I'm sorry that I was a little bit tired. I am tired. So, until next time, Thunderstrike out.